The Professional Yakyū Spirits, or Baseball series, is a spin-off of the Power Pro Baseball series and has been around since 2004. Now, starting off originally on the PlayStation 2, Pro Baseball Spirits has seen releases on the PlayStation 3, PSP, 3DS, Vita, and mobile. Now, while it's certainly been a while since baseball fans have had a chance to play some realistic Japanese baseball on a Nintendo platform, Pro Yakyū Spirits 2011 was the one and only title to appear on 3DS. Konami is finally bringing the series back to Nintendo fans with eBaseball Professional Yakyū Spirits 2021 Grand Slam in the summer of 2021. And we're here to let you know everything that you could expect from this Switch baseball release. Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Today, we're taking a look at Pro Yakyū Spirits 2021 on the Switch in this preview. So here we're going to be going over the game modes, visuals compared to the last entry in the series on the PS4 and Vita, and more. eBaseball Professional Yakyū Spirits 2021 was unveiled at the February 2021 Japanese Nintendo Direct. Now, most Switch owners in Japan, and probably the West too, have been kind of deprived of realistic licenses in baseball, and I for one was excited to see the series make the jump to Nintendo's platform. Now, I'm not super familiar with the series as a whole, however, I did manage to play quite a bit of Spirits 2019 on the PS4 and Vita, and I had a pretty good time with it. Now, if you want to hear more about that or see more about that, I suggest checking out my review, which you can find linked up in the description box below. Now, from here, though, let's take a look at what we can expect from the Switch version of Spirits 2021. I'm going to be having some footage and screenshots of the Switch version of the game, and also have some footage and screenshots of the PS4 and Vita versions here, too, that you'll be able to see in the video. Modes. Now, several modes were shown off during the Nintendo Direct presentation. Now, if the number of modes in the previous titles are any indication, I expect there to be more by the time the game comes out in the summer of 2021. Now, what we have confirmed as of right now are the following. Pennant Race. Now, this is basically the standard season or franchise mode that you'll find in most sports games. Here you'll take control of your team of choice over multiple seasons, and previous titles let players go up to 30 seasons, and in an effort to become the top team in Japan. Now, outside of standard games of baseball, you can also perform trades, free agent pickups, and take a look at tons and tons of stats as well. Star Player. Now, taking control of one player exclusively, you play through not only games of baseball as that particular player, but you also go through a variety of other activities. Now, off the field, you can work on things like your private life and even have relationships and get married. Grand Prix. Now it's your goal here to scout superstars to build the team of your dreams, taking them through a variety of games and tournaments. Now the more you play here, the more in-game items you can receive to strengthen your players and managers. Koshien Spirits. Returning again for the 2021 iteration of Baseball Spirits, this mode puts you in the role of a high school student as you try to help your team get to the National High School Baseball Tournament known as Koshien. Now, if your player becomes a professional in this mode, they can be used in other modes of the game. 4-player support. Now, a first for the series, Spirits 2021 on the Switch offers multiplayer support for up to 4 players. Gamers will be able to compete in 2-on-2 games or take it to the computer as a team of 4. Now, even though this is a first for Spirits, its brother, if you will, Konami's other baseball game, Power Pro Baseball, has had 4-player support on Switch versions of their games as well. Now, if you want to take a look and see how this works, just kind of look at the image on screen and you can see kind of like the different setups that you can do while playing with 4 players. Other mentioned modes. Now, more than 10 modes are included in Power Pro Yakyū Spirits 2021, including online play and live scenario. Now, if you don't know about live scenario, this mode puts you in like clutch situations of real games that actually happen throughout the Japanese baseball season. Now, here you take control of either team, and you're basically either trying to turn the tide of a game in your favor or to hold on to a lead. So it's not new. And this thing was actually included in Pro Yakyū Spirits 2019 and Power Pro Baseball 2020, and it's just a ton of fun. I love it. Visuals. Now, from what we've seen of the game so far, and given the power of the Switch, I'd say it's safe to say that this version of the game is not going to rival what was seen on the PS4 back in 2019. I think that's kind of a foregone conclusion. Now, it seems likely to me that this game is going to lie somewhere between that PS4 version and the Vita version that was released back then. And, you know, I see this as a good thing. Now, even on the Vita, Pro Yakyū Spirits was a pretty decent-looking game, even if it was a little bit blurry and had somewhat stiff animations. Now, in terms of sports games on the Switch, though, this game is likely going to be one of the best-looking titles that the platform has to offer. The 2-year release cycle. Now, I've harped on this in several of my sports videos since 2020, and I'm going to harp on this some more here. So say what you will about Konami and their handling of their big name IP over the years, but when it comes to sports games, they do things right here. Now, the previous Spirits title, Spirits 2019, saw 2 years of support from Konami with regular roster updates and patches and stuff like that. Now, not only that, but Power Pro Baseball 2020, if you want to learn more about that, check out my review. That game is also getting the same treatment from the company on the Switch and PS4 as well. Now, deciding to move away from the yearly cash grab that most sports game publishers implement every year, this gives Konami time to work more on the next version of the game. Now, this allows him to, well, hopefully, come up with new features and modes that everyone can enjoy as opposed to just super minimal updates from year to year. Now, it's great for the consumer at the same time as they can get some pretty good value for their money, with the game lasting for 2 seasons. Now, Konami hasn't specifically said that this version of the game is getting the same treatment, but I think it's pretty likely that it will. Pro Yakyū Spirits 2021 looks to be shaping up pretty nicely in the Switch. Now, it seems right now that Nintendo's hybrid platform will be the only home for the series this year, and it kind of makes sense. You know, over the years, it's been pretty common to see many Japanese developers prefer to work on less powerful hardware as it likely cuts costs of producing a game, you know, with mandatory 4K support and or other bells and whistles that Sony or Microsoft expects out of titles on their platforms. Now, it's a pity that we can't see what a next-gen version of Japanese baseball looks like at the moment. However, Konami is definitely going where the money is. And that's not the Vita, like they went with in 2019. But, you know, let's go ahead and just turn things over to you guys. What do you think of what was shown off of Pro Yakyū Spirits 2021 on the Switch? Are you planning on picking it up? Have you played any games in the series before? Be sure to sound off in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And also, please look forward to more coverage of the game as we get closer to its release. As always, thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to drop us a like. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. We've got tons of podcasts, video reviews, previews of games just like this, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.